blunder by the pitcher. Tough go as the Phillies weren't letting up on the Dodgers. Kerkering just coming into the game there during, if I'm not mistaken, it was during Paez's at-bat after a bases-loaded situation, a chance to play hero instead. The Phillies headed home, the Dodgers moving on. It took 11 innings, but in walk-off fashion, LA getting the win. 2-1 is your final. We're now joined by CBS Sports MLB analyst and former first-round pick Lewis Brinson as the Dodgers making it dramatic, getting it done in walk-off fashion, stamping their ticket to the NLCS after their extra innings victory over the Phillies. And I want to start with that very last play because we briefly got to talk about it right before we went live, and you were just like, oh, no. Oh, man. Just what happened there for Ryan Kerkering with a chance just to extend this game?
A straight panic. I imagined myself in center field. I forget who was in center field. I'm not sure who was. I'm just flabbergasted right now. It was just straight panic by Kerkering right there. He had time to go to first. Handy Paez wasn't even halfway down the line. You saw JT Realmuto, the catcher for the Phillies, pointing to first base. I think everybody was telling him 1-1-1.
Dugout, and if I'm not mistaken, he had. Maybe it was Rob Thompson, I couldn't see, but he had some of the players kind of consoling him, some of the staff there. But if you're on the Phillies, what are you saying to him after this game? Such a big moment, because that's got to be a crushing feeling for him.
Yeah, it was Rob Thompson kind of in his ear, probably saying, hey, man, it's a tough way. It's a tough way to lose this game. Just trying to give him some encouragement. You see him sitting on the bench, just like kind of, debating on what just happened. It's, again, just a tough moment. And he knew he messed up. He knew he should have just thrown it to first base. He knew he panicked. And a lot of his teammates knew that same thing. All you do in that situation is go up to your teammate and give him a pat on the butt, pat him on the head, and just say, man, we're here for you. He's going to have to answer some tough questions after the game with the media. And again, as a teammate, you just have his back. Whatever questions you get asked, or, like I said, just go up to him and give him some comfort in that moment, because he knows he messed up in that moment.
Absolutely. Now, given just the offensive struggles that we did see from the Dodgers in Game 3, what changed in this one? What were some of those adjustments by LA? Was it adjustments, or was it simply just execution when it counted?
I think it was execution when it counted. I go back to the Mookie Betts at bat when they ended up walking Shohei Ohtani. I wasn't really I wasn't in agreement with that move. Shohei Ohtani showed he really didn't really have anything going this series. I think 1 for 17 in the series, that at bat. But it is Shohei Ohtani. It is superhuman, and he could, hurt you at any moment. But Mookie Betts being the hottest hitter in the world right now, just to face him. But I go back to that moment, and he just had a poise at bat. He controlled the moment. He controlled his breath, and he worked a walk out of that at bat over a tough closer in Duran. But it was more so the Dodgers just executing when they needed to. Obviously, you're at home. You got the home crowd behind you there. Phillies just tried to hold on. It was a game of who's going to blink first, and the Dodgers lasted out. But it was more so the Dodgers just executing when the time came to a pitching side and on the offensive end.
Let's dive more into that pitching side, because, what a job by that Dodgers bullpen. Roki Sasaki, 3 scoreless innings, 9 up, 9 down, followed by a scoreless inning from Alex Vesia. What more can you say just about the job that they did on Thursday night?
Yeah, absolutely. Dodgers bullpen hasn't really had the best postseason. Right. 7.04 ERA in the postseason so far, worst in the postseason. But they stepped up again when they needed to step up. When it was time to buckle down and hold the Phillies lineup, again, a tough lineup after last night, that offensive clinic that they put on, coming back and being able to shut down the Phillies for as long as they did to give their team a chance. And all that lineup needs is an inch. You know what I'm saying? So it showed a lot of grit. It showed a lot of faith in Doc Roberts there for a lot of guys that haven't been getting the job done. It showed a lot of faith in his guys to get the job done when it called for. So kudos to the Dodgers bullpen there. And
then meanwhile, Phillies, they've made the playoffs in 4 straight seasons, but haven't reached the World Series since 2022. Just how do you describe the season that was for Philly?
Magical magical season in the regular season, but these guys don't care about that. Obviously, you got big seasons but from Kyle Schwarber, big seasons from JT Realmuto. He's going to be a free agent after this season. And just a steady Eddie season for Bryce Harper. But I'm sure all of those guys would trade all those accolades for a World Series ring or just appearance in the World Series. This was a team that was World Series a bust for me. They had World Series aspirations from spring training on, and they had the team to do it. They got the acquisition at the trade deadline to get your closer in Duran. They got all their pieces back. You get Bohm back. It was an unlucky injury to Harrison Bader there. He did what he could in this series, but just a tough way to go out. But again, a great season for the Phillies, but I know playing against those guys and playing with some of those guys, their attitude is, man, World Series or bust, and they're disappointed right now.
When you're saying World Series or bust, that's how you came into this season looking at this Phillies team. What does this mean for this offseason? I mean, do you foresee any notable changes?
I mean, you lose JT Realmuto, right? You're losing a couple guys to free agency. You're losing. You see right there on your screen. You're losing Ranger Suarez. You're losing Jose Alvarado, JT, Max Kepler, Harrison Bader, Kyle Schwarber, your 56 home run man. So guys are going to have to step up, even if the Phillies do sign back Kyle Schwarber or JT. Key pieces to their team, but you're just going to need guys to step up. The younger guys that are coming up through the organization. Does Rob Thompson still have a job? I think he's still good. You got the coaching staff that is kind of the mold of that team. But again, this season, I said it from the beginning of the postseason. This was the Phillies' year to get it done. Again, you got all those guys leaving, so this was the season to finally overtake the Dodgers, and they just couldn't get it done. It's gonna be a weird offseason. We'll see what transpires, but man, I'm disappointed. I can't lie, man. That was an ugly way to go out by the Phillies.
Yeah, I feel like they had that direct, streamlined path to the World Series. Meanwhile, Dodgers cutting it short and probably catching a big break, because I feel like despite their success in games 1 and 2, I don't think they wanted to go back to Philly to play this team. But now Dodgers, now favorites to win the World Series. What would it mean for this franchise to go back-to-back and win that title?
I mean everything, right? You love winning a championship, but going back to back with a better team, in my opinion, the Dodgers have a better team than they did last year. So again, the Phillies were my favorite to take it all this year, but now that they're out, the Dodgers, man, I just don't see anybody really messing with the Dodgers going down the stretch, man. These guys have everything you need, everything in the bowl of their bag of tricks that you need to get a repeat done, man. The offense, the pitching, only question mark is the bullpen, but they did step up in this series. But they have the bench, they got the base running, they got the defense. The defense in this game, by the way, was unbelievable on both sides. But the Dodgers, man, my favorite now to win the World Series. But I just don't see anybody stopping them, man. They're too strong in all aspects of their team right now.
And you even said a better team than what they had last year. You said the bench, the base running, and the defense, and we got to see that on display. And now that NLCS is up next. As always, Liz, we appreciate you stopping by with that insight. Thank you so much. Well, taking a look at walk-offs to clinch a postseason series in LA history, Dodgers now notching their first one since 2021. If you recall that series against the Cardinals.